It's purge time. Want to find out what you need to purge and how to purge it for this new moon? Well, watch us on the flip side to find out. The Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to our new moon musings for October 2nd. And wow, what a new moon cycle this is going to be. It's really, really powerful. We're picking up on a lot of Libran energy. Obviously, we are in the sign of Libra, so there's a lot of justice, balance, relationship, order or disorder that's coming up and coming through. And this new moon is going to be really powerful to help all of us. For those of you who have never watched me before, stay tuned. There's a minute-long clip on how you can make this reading work for you. And for those of you who are old hat, you just go ahead and click on the timestamps below to join at the intro, and we'll see you on the flip side. For those of you who are new to me, here's a quick little breakdown on how to make this reading work for you. The new moon cycle works where it moves in 3.5 basically days throughout that 28-day cycle. So sometimes you're in a phase a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. It is not linear. But what I do is I give you dates connected to each of the phases of the new moon cycle so that you can come back to the video after you've watched the whole thing, you've taken it all in, you come back to that video for those particular times so that you understand, okay, I'm in, the waxing crescent phase, and what do I need to know about that? What is transpiring in my world right now? And this information is really helpful because it's giving me perspective on what it is I need to learn, or maybe I need to pull back, or maybe I need to lean in a little bit more. So use this. It's kind of like the gift that keeps on giving. Use it throughout the month to support you. So our new moon for October is happening on October 2nd, and it's at 2:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 6:50 p.m. UTC time. And as I said before, it is a Libra new moon, and we are going to be moving into Scorpio towards the end of the month, but the Libran energy is really going to be profound and quite dominant in terms of what we're going to be dealing with this new moon energy. And we are going to be diving in today with the Illuma deck. And I got really excited about this one for this month in particular because the energies are, I want to say it's important for us to really be connected to the energies. And these cards are super vibrant. So you're going to receive a bunch of energy even just looking at the card itself, even if you don't understand what it's all about, which of course I'm going to explain. And then for each of the 4 quarters of the reading, I decided to pull a secret language of color cards deck to switch things up, and we'll be able to connect with that particular color for those particular chunks of time and the phases of the moon to kind of guide us through this new moon energy. So let's get started. Our release card, and this is what are we releasing from the previous cycle. And I feel really strongly that we are going to be releasing a lot of chaos, disharmony, dis-ease around what's coming up, and we are moving forward towards a vision, and that feels really good. Oh yeah, we've got the Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands energy really says, I take life by the balls. I move forward with gusto. I don't have a safety net, which means that I really have to trust in myself to move forward. But I know that the universe has got my front, back, sides, bottom, and top, and I also believe in my own ability to get things done. I believe that I am worthy of what I desire and deserve. I believe that I am worthy of love and that I am loved. So this particular window of time when we're pulling this release card, I feel like it's important to understand that it's not that we're releasing all of those things, it's we're releasing the opposite of those things. We're releasing insecurity, unsurety. We're releasing this idea that we don't have any say or control over our lives, and instead we're stepping in and saying, we've got this. No, I might not know have all of the I's dotted and T's crossed. I might not know all of the steps that are coming up and coming through, but I trust that I'm going to receive the intuition, the information, the guidance as I need it. This is what the universe is working on our behalf to get us to. This is what our guides want us to understand about life. We get in our own way. And this is a month to not do that and to instead say, all right, I am truly co-creating my life. And so I'm going to put some trust and faith in the universe, knowing that I've put out there what it is that I need, and I'm going to take that bold step forward because I know that whatever happens, it's meant to happen on my behalf. So we're releasing a lot of that insecurity. Thank God, right? Like, it's been crazy. And this has been an incredible year of shift and change, but it's also brought about a lot of, fear and chaos and anxiety and unsurety, or, I don't know what the proper word is. That's just the Stacyism that keeps coming to my mind, but that's where we're at. Our soul card, what is the collective learning and growth for this month? 5 of Coins. Huge. Release the worry. The 5 of Coins really is all about putting focus on needing, lacking, but not looking around and paying attention to what is available to you that can help you. The traditional Rider-Waite-Smith depiction shows 2 people that are out in the cold. It's a blizzard, and they're standing by the door of a church, but they don't go in the door. They're just huddled inside the door. And it kind of implies that they're worried they don't have much, but they're so focused on the worry that they don't take that final step to walk through the door or even to knock on the door in order to be able to get the shelter or get the help that they need. So our soul card this month, I feel, is really about taking back our power in a very tangible way, a way that is measurable, a way that we can see and touch and taste and smell and see. And that feels really, really important. I'm also feeling like when we're talking about the collective soul energy, there is this, I almost want to say we want to get a bit defiant, not budging from what we want or what we feel that we need. And it doesn't mean we have to get, sort of violent about it or, super aggressive, but I feel like it's an inner resolve. And that's what we're working towards. And I feel like that's what the universe is bringing to each of us individually, is an inner resolve, an inner trust and faith in your knowing, in your next steps. And through that process, you're going to bring about the change that is necessary to get you where it is that you want to go. And that feels really big. I love that. Okay, so now we are at our new moon card, and the new moon is happening again on October 2nd, and the energies are going to be lasting from the 2nd to the 5th. And again, that's 2:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:50 p.m. UTC. It is in the sign of Libra, so we do have harmony, balance, alignment, issues around justice. And collectively, especially if I'm here in North America and I'm here in the US, there's a lot of stuff going on because we have an election and we have a really charged election that is occurring right now. So there is this focus on balance, harmony, alignment, justice, truth, and taking it into the individual perspective. Yes, we understand what's going on in the collective. We're feeling it. You can't not feel it if you're here. And the rest of the world, I feel, is watching as well, because it's a little cuckoo what's going on, There's just so much history making, things that have never happened before in the history of what's transpiring, and the rest of the world is watching it, whether they're watching us thinking that we're cuckoo or watching it out of curiosity, or watching it out of, true interest to see what's going to transpire. I feel that there are a lot of eyes on the US right now. And so when we are talking about that new moon, the energy behind it is what do I manifest? I manifest what? I'm manifesting what? So what energies are here to support my manifesting? How can I lean into their wisdom? And that, of course, is October 2nd through the 5th. We've got King of Swords. So this is an extremely powerful card to get in terms of I manifest, because the King of Swords is very intuitional, very intellectual. He's already created the plan, or they, it's not gender specific. This archetype has created the plan and is following through with the plan. So what do you need to know around this for yourself? Borrow this King of Swords energy. It goes along with what we were tapping into with what we're releasing and sort of opening ourselves to this month, and that is trust. We don't have to go backwards. We don't have to overanalyze and go over what the plan has been 57,000 times. We've already done it. The plan is in motion now. Trust that everything that is happening right now is happening for you. It's happening on your behalf. I feel a really strong energy here where the King of Swords is basically saying, don't look back. It's not about going backwards, it's about going forwards. And it's about going forwards into what you want to see and feel and witness, what you want to experience in your life. Because at the end of the day, yes, we are all in this collective play, as it were, but we all have our own parts to play within that theater. And this is saying you can have more control over what happens in your own life, in your own space. Own your sovereignty. Get out of your head. Get into your heart space. Let your heart lead. I feel like that's super important. Also in this new moon energy from I want to say sort of a practical perspective, I feel like something is going to happen. Feels like maybe a natural disaster type situation that comes up that is going to cause everyone to take a look and to say, how can we help? Understand with that when you lead with your heart, we're going to resolve the problem much more quickly than if you're getting in your head about it. So let go, let flow a little bit with this energy. All right, let's pull a color. And see what what color can support. Ooh, this energy. Ooh, well, we got very clear, red. And red is free yourself from pain. This makes a lot of sense. King of Swords is saying, don't get hung up on the past. Don't get hung up on what has been. Focus more now on where you're going, what you can create. Red is the root chakra. I feel safe. I feel secure. I have all of my needs met. I not only survive, I thrive. Take steps. Make choices that bring you more into that space, that state. What do I need to release right now in order to feel more secure? What do I need to manifest now in order to feel like I'm standing on solid ground? The 3, that 30 energy is there to support us in that path as well, because it's about what we are creating. What we create will become, and it will be supported. So create a way, because that's what it's all about. All right, our waxing crescent. I plan. What do I need to consider when creating my plan for the cycle, and any challenges or opportunities to be aware of? This is coming up on October 5th through the 9th. And it's very important with this waxing crescent, I feel, to really get clear with yourself about what it is that you are investing your time and your energy into. So let's see what card we have. King of Cups. So it's a very sovereign time. This new moon cycle is starting out to be a very sovereign time. King of Cups says, I'm fully secure, emotionally secure in my ability, in my truth, in my knowing. I am very compassionate. I am the healer that comes into the mix and says, what do you need? Let me help. And I feel like this is a card right now during this time that is saying, okay, you've already kind of in that King of Swords energy, you've enacted the plan, you're allowing the plan, you're going with the flow. King of Cups says, now how can I support you emotionally to continue that high vibe direction that you've chosen and to continue that high vibe path? So I feel like the plan needs to be, how do you keep vibing high? How do you keep your energy levels high? There's going to be a lot that comes at each of us from that. I want to say that like threatens our emotional peace or threatens our emotional essence, like our core essence. And King of Cups says, wait a second, you don't have to have anything sway you or knock you off of what you know to be your truth. King of Cups invites you to say, I don't need to shift here. I need to be present with what is, because it is what it is. And you're going to have a lot of people around you that are going to try to shift, try to change, try to go backwards, to reinvent. I feel a lot of panic energy. And this is a card that says you don't have to lean into that panic, because that panic actually isn't yours. So for these particular days, I feel like it's important to understand that there's going to require a lot of observation. And when you observe the panic in others, instead of leaning into that panic, what you do is you lean into the compassion space. I see that you're really concerned. How can I help? I don't feel that way. I'm pretty calm, or I'm pretty confident in how things are moving forward in this particular aspect of my life or in this particular scenario. So how can I help you to find resolve in what is transpiring in your life and in your world? I'm hearing a lot of we all become therapists for each other during this particular time. And I don't feel like this is necessarily like something horrible is going to happen, but it does feel like a lot. It's kind of one of those times where there's just a lot going on. 2021 in particular was that kind of energy where everybody collectively and individually was going through their own tower moment. And every time you turned around, it was more like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm safe and I'm feeling good and my friend's going through this trauma. It's, I'm going through my trauma, my friend's going through a different type of trauma, and my other friend over here is going through their own type of trauma. So the support that came through was in, lifting each other up as much as we could through those traumas. I feel like that's a little bit of what this is too, is that you've got a lot of people who are collectively experiencing a lot of this. And you're stepping up and you're saying, okay, we have a choice in how we choose to do this. So I will counsel you, I'll guide you, I will support you, I'll listen to you. And that feels really big. Okay, now we are at our first quarter moon, and this is October 10th through the 13th. And this is I act. What energy fuels my motivation? How can I collaborate with source energy to empower my actions? 4 of Coins. Okay, so when we're talking about the I act, it's interesting to get the 4 of Coins. 4 of Coins tends to be a card that indicates needing to protect, needing to guard, needing to be very aware of what you've got, what is around you. It's an accounting of things, an accounting of what is already in existence. And I feel also with the 4 energy, there's that establishment of a foundation and there's manifestation. So when we're talking about I act, I feel like the 4 of Coins is really leaning into that I act. What is it that you're manifesting? And it's not from the space of manifesting it. You've already done that. Oops, sorry. We already did that with the new moon card. We already put that into place. So 4 of Coins is inviting us now to reflect on the manifesting and to be open to taking a step away from what we've already established, trusting that it's still going to be there. Take that step forward because you're going to be invited to move forward. There's an invitation from the universe to say, okay, you asked for this. take this next step, and this next step is going to get you even closer to where you're going. I'm hearing Four of Coins this month is going to require us to take a little bit of a risk. And some of us are going to be a little anxious about that, because the things that we're leaving behind temporarily, that we're not watching over, we don't have control over whether or not that is going to be ours when we return. But I want to say to you, if it really is yours, it's going to be there. And if it's not there, there's something else that's coming to replace it that's going to be even better. So risk and trust is coming up a lot with this Four of Coins. There's also this energy of, when we talk about coins, we talk about pentacles. It's the material. It's what we are tangibly, physically creating in our life, and it's also health-related stuff. And I feel like that first quarter moon is going to be bringing up the realities of things. I'm seeing this. I can walk away from it, but wherever I go, there I am. But what I'm walking towards is something that's going to help me to address this, or to expand this, or to heal this. So, because this is a general collective reading, it's going to land for you individually, in a different way, for all of you in a different way. But I feel like it's going to land. So be prepared for that. The color that we can connect to for this particular, I love this, burgundy. And it's a 17, which is an 8, which I think is important because we've got a 4 and an 8. 8 is abundance, it's mastery. 4 and 4 equals 8, so there's that component there. Awaken your passion. And when we're looking at this Four of Coins, I feel like that's what this is all happening for. Like, that's the reason that this is happening. That's the reason why you're being invited to walk away from what's been established for a time to get something else, because it's what you're receiving, what you're gaining is an awareness of passion. You're going to feel more excited about this direction. There's finally movement based on what it is that you have put into practice and what it is that you are manifesting. So step into that burgundy energy. Feel free to, we're in fall weather, so feel free to bring out some of the burgundy sweaters and maybe some deep garnet jewelry to bring that to light, to embody that energy. I feel like that's a lot of fun. Okay, now we are at our waxing gibbous. So we are at our waxing gibbous the 14th through the 16th. And the waxing gibbous is I choose. What energy can I lean into for confidence as I discern my commitments? Child of Cups, Page of Cups. So when we're talking about choose and choice, Child of Cups or Page of Cups is a card of creativity. It's a card of potential, possibility. Pages also give information. They pass on messaging, guidance. So I feel like this window of time is going to be very potent for many of us around our psychic receiving. This is going to be a window of time where you're going to want to clear out your conduit. So pay attention to the people that you're hanging out with. Do they fill your love cup up? If they don't, this might be a window of time where you choose not to hang out with them or spend time with them, and you choose to hang out with the people that do fill your love cup for this particular period of time. I'm feeling also that there's a letting go and a releasing that's going to be required here in order to be able to step into that childlike energy. And what do we think when we think childlike? We think innocence, playfulness, awe and wonder at all of the things that are in front of them. Kids experiencing things for the first time is quite exciting to witness as an adult, because it reminds us of the magic that is in everything. We get jaded. After a while, it's like, okay, yeah, I've walked this set of stairs 50,000 times, and I really wish that I didn't have to, because I get out of breath every single time I do it. We take it for granted. But to a child, taking their first step is monumental, and then they get excited every time they can walk up the stairs and increase that next step. So I feel like that childlike awe and wonder is what we want to be stepping into during this time. And if we are in that I choose, I feel like that's exactly what it is. You have to choose it. You know, what's going to be around us, especially in the work, the work environment. The work environment is not going to be necessarily playful. I feel like you're going to have to bring the playful. You be the playful. You know, you be that child of cups. That's what you're bringing to the table. That's what your energy is leading with. You know, what do they say? You're responsible for the energy that you bring into a room, and often the energy precedes you, right? The energy hits the people in the room first before you do. And then they see, ooh, that's what I'm feeling. So pay attention to what that is and be that. That's a strong invitation for all of us to remember that happiness, not to sound pedantic, but happiness really is a choice. And so many of us are seeking happiness. I'll be happy when. This is saying, no, be happy now. Bring the joy now. Find ways to make the dull exciting. And if it really is that dull and you can't find any way to make it fun, really take a look at why you're doing it in the first place. Because that is something really important that we're leaning into for this month, in particular, this cycle, as well as the remainder of the year. Because this year is going to set us up for success or not success, right? Failure, based on our own expectations for 2025. So this is the time to get your ducks in a row on an emotional level. That feels really important. All right, we are at our full moon, October 17th through the 20th, and the full moon is I receive. And I always love this because, you know, we manifest at the new moon and then we receive what we've manifested, or we receive signs around what it looks like, you know, how we're manifesting, how that is going. And so when we're looking at this, how can I best open to the energies of this full moon to receive clarity, guidance, or direction? What gift does this full moon offer to me? Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups is the romantic card. He's the knight in shining armor. This is the idealism, the romanticized person. This is the John Cusack in Say Anything, you know, that holds the boombox up to her window to get her attention and to say, hey, you know, this is how I feel about you. And I'll do anything. I'll do the grand gesture. I just want to have the opportunity to connect with you. And I feel like when we're talking about this I receive, it really is about giving yourself permission to receive what shows up. There's going to be a lot of this, I want to say it's almost like too good to be true energy. And I feel like each of us is going to receive an unexpected experience. So an unexpected person coming back into your life and giving you a gift, or giving you a compliment, or giving you an apology, asking for forgiveness. This can be at work. You get, you know, the just rewards for a job well done. You get that raise. There are grand gestures to let you know that you matter. And isn't that what we talked about at the beginning? It's I matter. I'm worthy of all that is coming up. And I need to not worry. I need, you know, the 5 of coins. I need to not worry about what's coming up and coming around. Instead, I need to take a look at what's being provided and presented to me, because it's up to me to say yes to it. So I feel like the full moon, and this is interesting because we're going to talk about the full moon in terms of astrologically what it brings. But I feel like the Knight of Cups is coming up and coming through with this to say you're getting your just rewards. This is coming. This card can also be a little illusory because sometimes a grand gesture is just that. And then it's really about, well, what's the follow through? You know, that felt good for a time, but are you able to sort of maintain that? And I feel like here when we're looking at this, it's about allowing yourself to receive it without expectation. Be in the moment. Feel into it. Enjoy the feeling that unexpected gift or attention or compliment is going to bring. You'll be able to take advantage of that energy and utilize that energy to create more. And that's really where the big gift is. So when we're talking about October 17th, the full moon, 7:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:27 a.m. UTC time, it's in Aries, and it is a blood moon. The blood moon symbolizes a lot of stuff, and it's connected to bringing in the fall for the first time. So it kicks off our autumn energy. So as I said before, there's going to be a lot of momentum, a lot of things coming up. We are purging a lot because we need to make room for what is coming in and coming through. And it's coming in at the same time as we're releasing. It's coming in. So this is I want to say it's a cycle that is moving, constantly moving. There's no pause here. It's constantly moving. So you'll be able to move through that quicker. This is typically a moon that invites introspection and sacrifice. Knight of Cups is a person or an energy, an entity that would sacrifice their life to save another soul. And so I feel that introspection piece is important from the perspective of understanding that we are personally growing through these experiences, but that personal growth doesn't need to just stay with us. That personal growth can be extended to our fellow people, our fellow humans out in the world. I also got just sort of an intuitive hit here. It's an early opportunity for end of the year reflection and resolution. And it's also very much a Black Moon Lilith energy where we are doing a deeper dive into the themes of grief and sorrow and rage and shame. And this is where the purging comes into the mix. But fear not, I don't feel that this purging is going to be particularly ugly or awful. I feel like it's one of those things where you have a reflection and then you feel, you're feeling bad about yourself, or you're looking at the choices that you've made and saying, God, like, I wish I could have done that differently. And the Knight of Cups comes through and says, hey, I just want to tell you how much it meant to me that you did this or this or this, and you're amazing. And it's kind of that, okay, I just need to let this go. I don't need to sit in all of it. I need to recognize that I'm beyond it. And I need to soak up what people are reflecting back to me at this time. Not because you want to give away your approval or, that you need someone else's approval, but we all need to be compassionate with one another, and we're all sharing energy with one another. And I feel like this is kind of that energy space, tapping into it's okay. You have permission to receive that energy that you're needing. So let's pull a color for this full moon to sort of support us. Can't make this shit up, peeps. Turquoise. Awaken your empathy. So compassion, right? Compassion and empathy are a little two different things, but they're very similar, right? You can have compassion for someone because you understand that they're going through something difficult. You can have empathy for someone. You might not have gone through that specific thing yourself, but you can imagine. You can put yourself in their shoes and imagine what that's like and say, you know what? I've been through some similar stuff, or I just can't imagine what you're going through. How can I help? So that turquoise energy, wear the turquoise, wear lots of turquoise. Take lots of baths in this beautiful water. Maybe this would be a good time to take an ocean trip, visit the ocean, go to the lake, because we are in that purging space. And this is, when we purge can be challenging. Purge can be difficult. Purge is, quite frankly, very uncomfortable. And this is speaking from a Virgo who actually loves, I love purging my space and reorganizing, and, everything has its place. And I can tell you, I've just recently gone through a move, and it's a relocation to the other side of the country. And while I'm super excited about it all, having to go through all of my stuff to determine what was going to go with me into this new chapter and what I needed to release was uncomfortable. Because there were a lot of things that I was like, I don't necessarily want to give this up. I actually really like this. And, it can be very uncomfortable to make those choices. So use the turquoise, be in the water, help you with that purge and that release, because the full moon energy is presenting to you this new path, telling you where your strengths are, showing you where you truly matter and make a difference. And it's up to you to receive it. It's up to you to receive it. Okay, now we are moving to our disseminating moon, October 21st through to the 23rd, and happy Scorpio. So for all of you Scorpios, happy birthday. And the disseminating moon is I acknowledge. So after you've received, now it's a time for gratitude. I acknowledge what it is that I just received. I acknowledged everything that I've purged. I also acknowledge what's coming into my path and my space, and I'm excited about it. And that's what I feel we need to step into. Yes, Child of Swords. So another page. You can get excited about this. The Page of Swords is a very sharp, smart, I want to say sort of not intellectual as much as like quick-witted sort of energy. Recognizes that there's so much to learn, and they're not daunted by or turned off by how much there is to learn. They're excited about it. They move forward. They say, yes, I want to receive the guidance and the information that is coming through that light. I want to receive those downloads. I want to understand what those downloads are. But at first, I'm willing to just receive it and have that experience. And then I can take the time to, decipher it and to figure it all out for myself. So I feel like when we are acknowledging what we have released and what we are receiving moving forward, Page of Swords is coming up to say, be open to all of it. Don't judge any of it. And do your best to not see what comes to you as an overwhelming experience, because the only time crunch that is there is the one that you place upon yourself. And this is saying, the child just, again, the awe and wonder of it all. I think all of this is amazing. And it never occurs to them that they have to do it all yesterday. That is as we get older, that's our mentality that we step into. That's what society tells us, is that we are always having to produce. We're always having to be in an action-oriented space in order to matter and make a difference and to survive. Child of Swords is coming through to say, no, I've got all of the makings to really absorb this information and make it work for me. I just need to give myself the time to actually do it. And I need to use my sword of truth to figure out what information actually really resonates with me and what information is for somebody else without judgment. You're using discernment for yourself, but not judgment of the information or judgment of others who may benefit from information that just doesn't seem to fit for you. So that feels like something important that we all need to hear. And now we are at our third quarter moon, I claim. Third quarter is happening 24th through the 27th. And what is being completed in my life at this time? How can I connect to its release with conviction? 10 of Cups. There's so much cup energy. So, because we've just pulled like cups and swords, we have a couple of, we have one token coin. We have two coins and one token wand so far. But the rest is cups. Cups is the realm of the psychic. It's the heart space. It's our feelings and emotions. And so I feel like the 10 of Cups, when we're saying, I claim, and we're stepping into that energy, what is being completed, you're arriving at what it is that you manifested just this short, 2.5, 3 weeks ago, with the King of Swords, with that new moon energy. The 10 of Cups is here. It's the ideal situation. It's receiving the fruits of your labor and being able to step back and witness it all and be present with all of it. I'm really drawn to the rainbow at the top of the card. Typically in the Rider-Waite-Smith traditional tarot, there is a rainbow as well, so it's not totally shocking that there would be a rainbow in this depiction. But I'm really drawn to this particular rainbow because it is focusing more on the yellow and the white than on anything else. And the yellow and the white is connected to, well, the white is our crown chakra and the yellow is our solar plexus chakra. That mastery, identity, personal power, co-creation, transformation. This is where the soul resides. This is where the transformation happens. So when you're in this space of claiming, you're claiming the transformation, you're claiming the gifts, you're claiming the steps that you've taken to move ahead on that. This is an opportunity to, I want to say, own your power, own your choices. We talked earlier about really being resolved, getting resolve with who you are, letting go of, I want to say, a lack of confidence or this idea that you have to doubt yourself or second guess yourself. 10 of Cups is saying, this is what happens when you don't doubt yourself and when you trust that the universe is working on your behalf. So claim that, own that like it is the only truth you know, because when you claim it, the energy expands. It manifests in a larger way, and it works for you in more profound, more intense ways. And that feels really significant. All right, this is the color that can support us. Once again, you can't make this shit up. White! It's time to lighten up. So that's exactly what this is. 10 of Cups says, you don't have to overthink this. You've arrived. Enjoy that space and trust that more is coming. And when the white, it's time to lighten up. It's time to not be so heavy. It's time to release the past, release the old, outdated concepts that you have to work 3 times as hard as everyone else in order to survive. Let go of what is going on outside of you. The outside forces do not have to sway you. Come back into your core and into your truth. That white energy is really going to support you. The crown chakra, you're going to be receiving lots of intuition, lots of hits. Listen to those hits and follow what they offer. All right, we are at our Balsamic moon card, and this is happening October 28th through the 31st. Happy Halloween for those who enjoy that particular event. And this is I Surrender. What energy can I lean into to fly free into this new version of me? What can I consider as I embrace this opportunity to know myself anew? Queen of Swords. You notice that there are so many similarities here. We have 2 kings, 2 queens, 2 pages, 1 knight. Then we've got a 10 and a 5. I mean, there's just so much synchronicity here. So read into that energy. The royal cards, the court cards, really help us to embody characteristics, to embody, especially queens, embodying our sovereignty and owning our choices. Queen of Swords is a great card with the I Surrender, because she says, listen, I've got all my ducks in a row. I'm firm in my boundaries. I'm firm in what I know is my responsibility and what is not. And I'm not spending any more time on the things that are not for me to put my focus and my attention to. Queen of Swords can be very, very compassionate and can also be, I want to say, extremely thoughtful about how they approach others. And I feel like for you, it's surrendering to the fact that the plan is already in motion. You've already put everything into place. There's a sense of, whether it's organized chaos in your world, or whether it's a sense of organization, that there is some structure to what maybe in the past has been a little more chaotic for you. Queen of Swords says, regardless of where you're at with that, we've got this. We can do this. You notice that in this particular depiction, she's holding her sword, but it's down. It's down at her side. Like, she's prepared to raise it if she needs to, but she doesn't look like she's panicked. She doesn't look like she's overly concerned or worried. She's prepared. And the confidence for her comes in her preparedness. So be prepared. Surrender to the fact that you can't control what's happening outside of you. What you can control is your own environment. And don't be control freaky controlling about it. You want to be in that space of surrender. We talked about that earlier too. You want to be in that space of surrender, but you want to understand that it is a calculated surrender. It's a surrender that's filled with trust, knowing that I don't have to work so hard to get this to happen. I just need to be vigilant. I need to be ready to take steps forward when they present themselves. And I'm really feeling like this is going to be a time of the month and the cycle where there's so much empowered choice, empowered decision making. So if you've got to make particular choices, and these are choices that you can sort of, kick down the curb, kick it down the curb for a little bit, kick it down to the curb to this particular time, because the energies are really going to support whatever decisions that you make, and you're going to find a lot of forward momentum with that. So that feels really powerful. All right, and we have our final card, the Dark Moon card or the Void Moon card, and this is not sort of the scientific part of the new moon cycle, but it is an energetic part of it, and so it's important for us to explore that. And the Dark Moon card is I release. So again, what can I release control of or walk away from knowing it has served its purpose? And how can I remain open to the new and the unknown through the process? This is the clearing out of the old so that you can make room for the new. Beautiful. Six of Cups. So Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. It is a card of looking back on the past, looking back on past connections, past experiences with love, with joy, with that wonderful, again, nostalgic energy, wanting to experience it again. The trick with this card is that you can get stuck in the past. And as we know with this whole reading, getting stuck in the past is not the way to go. We don't want to do that. So Six of Cups is a reminder to let go of the past. Take from it what you can. Be in that happy, joyous space. And take the happy and the joy with you. Don't take the circumstances with you. Don't take the, oh, I wish I was back there. Because no, you don't. It would never be what it was then, because it was what it needed to be then. And what you need now is different. Even if you don't recognize it consciously, what you need now is different because you are different. And Six of Cups is going to help you bring harmony to that, bring alignment to that. So release the past. Wow, that is our new moon for this October 2nd new moon cycle. And what an incredible journey it's going to be. For more stuff like this, consider joining my completely free Black Feather community. All the support you can handle. We get together and do a gathering of phoenixes every single month, which is an opportunity to connect with people of like minds. It's a wonderful community to be a part of. We would love to have you there. Click on the link below and like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel to be notified of all of the different content on this channel. And if you need any help or any support from me, feel free to book a session with me. I have a number of different ways to be able to help you out with that guidance and that clarity that you need to live your best life. Take care, guys. Transform well.